The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the fourth edition of a webinar series. My name is Christian Medeiros. I'm the General Manager for Latin America, Objective Loon. And today we will be watching the presentation. We'll be presenting the optimizing financial processes using WellConnect technology. And we will see a real demo of a process. Thank you very much for attending. Appreciate your time. Let's start. The schedule for today is Objective Loon overview of Objective Loon, an analysis of the financial processes. We'll take a look in the financial process, the main needs of the main needs of the financial market, the challenges of this market, what are the solutions. We will see a real demo, a financial demo that will do to speak about a bit about our technology applied to the a specific financial process. Also, we will take a look in the technology, the state-of-art technology that we use in their accounts receivable demo. And the final notes will, if you have any question during the presentation, please write the class in the questions windows that open over there, and I will be answering. I'll be answering the questions at the end. Okay. Okay. Let's start. Objective Loon has more than 25 years developing software. So we have more than 240 employees worldwide, and we serve more than 25,000 customers worldwide, presenting 115 countries. In Latin America, we have around more than 1,000 customers in Latin America. Objective Loon was founded in the city of Montreal, province of Quebec, Canada, in 1995. So from the beginning, we to create technology that frees our customers. That's our mission: free our customers from complex codes. So we develop a software that you easily create a template for that time when the company was founded. The strong market was until today. We still have a solution is the VDP, variable data printing market. So what's the VDP? Variable data printer. Most of you know, but who is new? We capture data from anywhere, any system, and we outside the system we create a document for printing. That time for printing in language, in printed language. What's the advantage to use a printed language? If you send a logo for example, let's say that we are printing 100,000 invoices, and the logo is the same for 100,000 invoices. You don't need to send 100,000 times the logo, for example, of the document to the printer. You just send once and send a comment to the printer, say, hey, repeat in that place of the paper, repeat 100,000 times that logo. That's it. It's one single line of language. So it was very, and we recreate a software, Windows based. So you drag and drop that logo. So you don't need to know complex coding to do that. That makes the company very strong. We did award already, fast 50 in terms of revenues in North America. So the company grew a lot, has grown a lot from that space. Okay. Some of the customers in this specific market that we are speaking today, financial process, banks, insurance, big names there out there. The names are that already use our software. So and we actually has ISO 9001. That's the ISO for the process. And also we are certified 20001, which is the security certification. Okay, so we are ready for the GDP, for example, for Europe. We are ready for the our company is ready and respect the processes for the auditors of all the internal process are already, and also for the security of the information, right? Okay, let's take a look in the buyer journey. Okay, to speak about financial process, let's take a look in the journey of a customer buying some product or service from a supplier. In this slide, the customer sending a transaction to the supplier, a purchase order. The purchase order could come from online store, e-commerce, could come from the physical store. You go to the store and purchase a product, or if it's a cooperative solution, you can send in a sales representative. The sales rep will get the PO and send back to the supplier. And the social networks, actually, we use a lot of social networks to purchase products. So this generates inbound transactions for the company, for the supplier. And this is digital communications that generally we do. Actually, we are doing. The supplier receives the purchase order and send an order confirmation to the customer. You see, in this journey, we are speaking about a transaction. It's a unique transaction. It's a purchase order generates a unique number, and the order confirmation is to confirm that purchase order, which is the unique number. So we are speaking about transactional communications here. And between that, we have another confirmation, and after that, we have the payment. If it's prepaid, for example, one e-commerce that the customer has to pay before the moment that purchasing is prepaid. But if it's not prepaid, we have to do a collection process, because we send an invoice, which is another document, transactional document. We send an invoice to the customer, and that invoice, for example, should be paid, the net terms should be paid in 10 days. So once we invoice for 10 days to be paid in 10 days, we create a collection process. So it's another process. And another interactive transaction in this is when we are purchasing a product, is the proof of delivery, because additionally to the inbound, the outbound transactions, communications, it's the physical delivery to the customer. It's another transaction. So there is a process of proof of delivery that you sending the physically, and in the case of prepaid, the customer paid online, prepaid, is already paid. The proof of delivery comes back to the supplier, and this is the end of the journey, the purchasing journey. But when it's postpaid, when you send the invoice and you send the product, and the product arrives at the customers before the payment, so we have the journey ends only when the customer pays the supplier. So finish the collection process. So you see, all of this generates different processes in this buyer journey. So purchase order, receipt are a kind of document. Also the process of separation, shipping physically the product to the customer. This generates a proof of delivery from the customer. And in previous webinars, we spoke about proof of delivery demo. So the webinars are recorded. If you would like to take a look, we have a digital proof of delivery ready for you. Is another example that we will not be showing today, but is available as well for you. Also, if it's a service selling, it's not product. The company is selling a service, so it's a proof of service approved by the company after the service has been done, and you get a proof of service, and also we can do the electronic and digital process to proof of service. Also, there is a process to create the invoice, which is our very traditional marketing. We compose invoices, getting data from different systems. So this is a process that we also may take care. It's available. Control of receipt via credit card. If in this payment, in the e-commerce, for example, and the payment is being done online, we can interact with Connect, our solution, our software. We can interact to third-party payment like PayPal. They have their own API, so we easily connect to API of PayPal, and we get the transaction from the credit card saying that it's approved or not approved. So we may control also this process. Okay, integrating with third-party payment solutions. Collections, we can improve the collection also. We can improve the collection because, for example, for the invoice that is being paid in 10 days, the example I gave you, we can set automatically from Connect workflow. We can send a collective preventive reminder. Oh, look, your invoice will be due in 5 days. So this is a preventive reminder that we can send before the invoice is due. Or if the invoice is not paid at the date of the due invoice, so we can send another text, another email. So all of these you can program. It's automatically, we can automate all of this process. So we can search the database and see what is preventive reminder to send or what is the outstanding notification. This means that the invoice is already due and they did not pay. So we can control this collection process as well. And we'll be seeing today a demo of the accounts receivable process. Okay. Okay, let's go the next one. Okay. Since most the financial department rely to manual process to receive invoice and declarations every month, it is inevitable that this affects the time between in that journey of the purchasing time until the receipt of the money, the payment, or in the case of the prepaid until the receipt of the proof of delivery. Okay, in both cases, there is a time between that, and if we do digital transactions and if we promote a dashboard, give a solution with a dashboard with seeing, for example, a good question for the financial department: how much will be receiving in terms of payment next month? They may have some spreadsheets, they may have some systems to show that, but generally with the manual processes, they struggle with it's very according to it's very difficult to if you are not automated, if you did not automate your process, financial process, if it's not digital, the process is very difficult to give that answer. Another needs are decrease your cost per invoice, because paper, print, handling the paper, and post in the post office costs around $7 per invoice, according to the Aberdeen research report. So it's very costly. Each invoice is $7. So we can decrease your cost if you eliminate the paper, for example, make it digital, and make it automate the process. Actually, we have another needs which reduce physical contact. Paper means physical contact. For example, approval process inside the company. You go to a department, get the signature for that approval, go to another department, the second approval person, sign the document, and that you get up to three signatures to approve a financial process. That is physical process. We can automate the signature, receiving the signature on tabs or tablets or smartphones. You can sign, and we can make it's verified by a digital certificate, for example, to make it we can capture the image of the signature, and we can capture also, for example, things like timestamp, the time and date that is signing that document, or the geolocation is available as well. So we can act in that space. According to PayStream advisors, 53% of the organizations still rely on manual processes. This is a number of the research. So it's mainly with the actual pandemic situation. We need digital, right? You can imagine the manual process of the companies that these organizations that rely on manual process now, with the social distance and home office employees. So it's mandatory now adopt solution for digital and multi-channel communication, digital communication. So to maintain digital social distance without loss of productivity and revenue, or even more, if you give a digital solution or digital transformation for the offer solution for the customer, you can even increase the revenue. So it's a question of studying the scenario very well in the pre-sales stage, so can even increase the revenue. So easy to change templates because our solution gives as our mission, we freedom customers from complex code. So in our solutions, we offer the designer, for example, to create the templates. You easily drag and drop new information or change it, like as you are changing the word editor. So you usually change it. This is to give us a good quality of service. Reduce receivable time. We spoke about that. Reduce cost per invoice. Improve cash flow. If you reduce the receivables time, we improve cash flow of that, of course. So that's the numbers of the research. So challenges of adopting the digital transformation for financial process. Well, there is a growing demand for electronic payment. So this is a PayStream device research as well. There is a need for precision in transactional information, invoice proof of payment. So our solution captures data from any system. We have a special print driver, virtual print driver, and that we can capture over the internet. For example, you can print remotely in the home office to a central location, and this central location take care of printing and sending by using the post office, using the courier, for example. It's a solution that you can offer. But the main information here, the main message here is we can capture data, digital data, from anywhere. If any system prints, so we are able to we are able to capture the print job. And the print job is data. So we capture the data and we transform the data to create another process, to create another document, to create another transactional communications. Like the transactional communications we just discussed in the journey, in the buyer journey. So if we have the digital, if we automate the financial process, make it then digital. The conflict resolution, if some customer calls you to say, I did not receive the invoice, or the good that the product I just received, it is not the product that I did purchase. Things like that, you have to, if you don't have, for example, a web portal with a solution, with a dashboard that you see easily, you search easily what the customer is saying, it's difficult. You can lengthen the customer consultation, increase the service time. So if you have the solution digital, if you have dashboard, if you have your process under control, you increase your you improve your customer service in the customer experience. Okay. Let's take a look in the offer of objective loan. So, additional to compose the document capturing data from any system, and when I speak compose documents, compose transaction documents, statements, banking information, invoices, proof of delivery. These are documents and transactional documents. And when I speak when I say here web output, web and mail, it's a transactional email. It's a transactional web. So additional to the printing, we still print, we enfold insert the same solution. So to convert from manual process to digital, it's easy for us because the same process that prints, you convert to our application called Capture on the Go for in tablets, in smartphones, or we just give a website and send an email, HTML email that you add links and you can click. So we interact with logistics, in commerce, we associate. With the current version of our product, we have technology to connect to basically to any portal or any web application or any system, any third-party solution. It's just a quick to create a project with yours. Okay? Good. Well, now I'm gonna show you accounts receivable process demo. So the demo, I'm going to speak a bit more technically here, but it's not technically really. It's just to show the technology behind the scene. So when we are saying the demo is to show you how to automate this process, financial process. So we use two components. We use our Oil Connect technology, workflow and design. We also I did present already in previous webinars the modules of the product or Well Connect. I did present. So if you take a look there, if you don't know Well Connect, please take a look there that you will see. Mainly the main modules are design and workflow. So in the workflow, we interact and we elect WordPress in this demo. Why? WordPress, more than 30% of the internet is made by WordPress. So it's very strong and in the market. So what happened here? WordPress is the front end. So when you browse a web solution, when you browse this demo, the browser WordPress. And WordPress, but the transactional part is the engine is done by Well Connect. So when you browse a web page of the demo, WordPress sends a request to Well Connect using the Node.js it's very to improve the security, and Connect can send back to the page WordPress HTML page web content. Also can send back the data in JSON. Also can send back the PDF preview, like in Invoice, for example, preview Invoice. And WordPress shows in the customer browse the results. So let's take a look in the demo. This is the demo for accounts receivable. Let's take a look in the page of the demo. This is the lobby emulator. Let's just see the welcome page of the demo. Generally, when you enter the demo, you have some instructions here. I'm gonna enter in the lobby emulator. The lobby emulator exists only in the demo, because in reality, in the real world, the data comes from any system. So we capture the data from any entrance. So the lobby emulator in this demo is just to simulate the output of the customer's system. So what I'm gonna do is you see here 0975, the invoice. If you go to activity here, the only invoice available here and shown is here in this dashboard, 0975. What I'm gonna do now, I can search, right? I can search. Let me search 3925. 3925 is intelligent search. So the search comes with the all invoice, or I can search name. So we can create any kind of search here. Okay, but I'm gonna print the other five invoice. Okay, 5 invoice. I'm gonna print those. Now it's printing, and once printing, it becomes like not available to print again. Okay, when I come back to the activity dashboard, I see loading. I see the 6 invoice, one that was already there, and the other 5 that I just printed. Okay. Here we have a status of each invoice. Each invoice has their own. For example, the first icon here is printing. Means that this invoice here, the last one, 0975, the customer did not choose to print. They want to choose just by mail, which is the second option here. So here's by mail. In fact, we did receive an email now from this. So connect, just send an email to the customer. I'm gonna open the email just to show you. I did receive the email. Let's see. Okay, it's coming. Yeah, I'm gonna show you just the other part here. This dashboard shows the activity, but the receivables, before reading the email, I would like to show you something else. You see here, this is the receivables, okay? The receivable dashboard. The receivables shows how many days is missing for this invoice, the 3925. 25 days for the due date will be, and the customer has until 19th of June to pay this invoice. So in this dashboard, you easily see the critical situation. For example, the 2 invoices in the bottom, they are overdue already. Okay, if you click here, the orange, it filter automatically the 2 invoices. If you go back to the all, you go back to all invoices created. You can see here also a link. So each of these invoice, you can click 0088. I'm logged here as admin. The back office people that is taking care is the admin of the financial process. So I can have the details of the invoice. Okay, all the information shown here. I can create notes, like a note 1, the customer just called. So I can add these notes, so it will be recorded on the web. I can download the PDF with printing format, because you print it from the web is not the size of the paper. It's not good, huh? So you have to get the original PDF. is the PDF of the invoice. So that is a good format with the logo, with the to print. So you can print from there and locally. So remotely accessing this portal and locally printing the invoice. So let's go back to receivables. So it was not viewed yet from the customer, this invoice. So what I'm gonna do now is to open the email that I received, and the email will show the will show the invoice. Okay. Until the email open, let me just tell you another thing. Remember that we were speaking about the preventive reminder. For example, this one due in 27 days. Okay, so what happened here? We can select this one. 30 days, 13 days overdue is send a reminder. So we generate at this moment another test. We will generate the look, your invoice is 13 days overdue now, so is another message. Here is the invoice. If I send a reminder to this guy, the reminder will be like, okay, your invoice will be due in 17 days. It's another process. Okay. Let's take a look in the SMS message. If we go back here in activity, you see that for example, the collection letter that we just sent and the invoice of this customer, you see, both are prepared to receive a SMS message. Okay, so what happened here? If we take a look in the tablet, I'm gonna show my tablet now. If I take a look, I'm gonna open the messages, and you'll see. I'm gonna just take this to see the invoice. You see the message here. Hello, Stacia. Your invoice is ready. The customer number, for example, let's say the customer number here. This customer number 3012 is the first one here. You see the first one, customer ID. So is Stacia. If I click here in Stacia, so the customer did receive the SMS message automatically when we did print. So yeah, it's available. So the customer can log in the web page and automatically enter and see the same invoice and can download PDF. See, even using smartphone or tablet, you can download the PDF because you can print from the smartphone and the tablet in the local printer, and you have the format of a PDF to print it correctly. Okay, even using the smartphone or tablet. Okay, so all these messages. Oh, your invoice is waiting to pay is different from Diane. Diane is the message for Diane is reload Diane. Your invoice is ready. It's different. This is the send invoice, and this is invoice is waiting to be paid. Okay. So this is the message of the collection letter. Okay. Additionally to SMS, there is printing. And the printing lobby, the printing center receives and see, I'm as admin here. That's why you see here, let's go back to activity here, just to take a look in the collection letter is also generates the print job. The collection letter generates the print job. When I go back to print query, you see here, this job ID generates the 5 invoice. You see 5 documents. It was the first time that we did print in the 5 invoice. It generates a print job here. So the print operator, the guy that is in front of the printer, prepare the printer for his scene. This is our in the demo. This is the print query dashboard to control the moment to send the print job to the printer. At this moment here, I'm gonna print. I select these 5 invoice. I will print those invoice. Okay. Let's say that in the buyer journey, this invoice was integrated with the proof of delivery process that we also integrate. If you see in our website, you see it's gone. It's not pending. But here you can see the job. You see batch job. You can see the printing of the 5 invoice. All, at the same time, the process of the proof of delivery is done. So additionally to the invoice, you see QR code to control, number to control the print jobs is all controlled. And here in this one is the delivery note, is the proof of delivery note. At invoice 8162 and 8162, the delivery note is delivery the status, and we ship it 2 of this product, 3 of this product, and they receive the right quantity, and they sign at this time and this day, timestamp, and we also got the geolocation from the customer at the moment the customer signs. So this increases a lot the customer experience because it's all integrated, and you see we printed that in the print job. It's integrated with this demo, the accounts receivable, with the demo of the with the another demo of proof of delivery that we already have. Okay, so let's go back to receivables. Now, the paid process. In this demo, the paid process is manual. It's not automatic. We can automate the process getting the data from a banking, a file from a banking with the paid invoice, or we can integrate to third party. As I mentioned earlier, in the e-commerce scene, the third party like PayPal, and we can. But in this demo, we just need to, for example, this one, 13-day overdue. I can select this one and just mark paid. And this will remove the invoice 3058 from the list. It's because the customer, you see, we don't have any more control over with this. Okay? We don't have the control. So this gives you this opportunity to control the collection process until the payment, and it's gone. This is the ends the process. Okay. Okay. Now you see here. You see here the invoice. Let's see. 30. Okay, invoice 30. Yeah, this invoice. You see here. The customer viewed this invoice. This means that the customer got the email and got the email and saw the message. So we control also the tracking. We control the tracking of the email, and we can apply in the dashboard and control who really received. Because the customer may say, no, I don't I don't, I didn't receive the email. No, it's controlled here. It's controlled that they didn't receive the email. So they did receive the email because the timestamp when they open the invoice, it's registered here. So it's very good to addition another layer of security and to be the process be very clear for the owner of the collection process. Okay, so let's now take a look. Let's open here the demo. Which invoice? Okay, this invoice 3925 is not. Let me show you. It's not viewed by the customer as yet. Okay, so it's still the invoice is still there. Let's take a look here. 3925. 3925. Let's open the message. Here is the message, email message. Okay, you can download the pictures. This is the layout of the email message. So the invoice 3925 was sent to the customer. This is the email that the customer, and the customer can view the invoice online. So open, click on the view invoice from the email. You log in the page. The customer log in the page, and the same page that I showed from the tablet, it's here. And also, if you take a look, let me switch to the dashboard. If you take a look in the activity here, let's take a look again, the activity. 3925. Here, this invoice is prepared to print, email, SMS, and EDI. I'm going to speak after the EDI. So when you go to preference here, you see that all four preference of the communication is marked here. That's why here is marked the four. You see? So the customer has the ability to, for example, to choose which communication output or channel they would like to receive. So they can, in the preference, they can do by this. And the invoices is the dashboard showing the invoice that he got. In this case, 3925. Okay. And if the customer click on the same page, download PDF and the same page. Okay. So now that I opened, the invoice. What happened here in the activity? Let's see again. In receivables, sorry. In receivable 3925. Just open, okay? Here is 44, 344, the time, local time zone. You see, I just opened the invoice and it was tracked here in the receivables dashboard. Okay, by last, here we have the EGI. EGI is for electronic invoice. So we interact with a third company that, because the electronic invoice depends on regulations of each country. Each country, the technology is practically the same. In terms of technology, is almost the same in every country. But each country has their own treasury or their own taxation procedures and kind of duties. Each country they have their own. So that's why the third party, we connect to the third party. I'm gonna show you the third party. You see here the invoice that went to the EDI. It was the 3925. So if we go to the TechNexus web portal, which is the third party in our case that take care of the electronic transactions. So we take care of the processes inside the company. Connect can integrate several different systems and can get the data from different systems and generate the transactional communications and generate the output to in this case, to Technetics, the electronic invoice solution. If we go to the documents here, you can take a look that this invoice 3925. Let's take a look in this invoice. Okay, 3925 was processed. If you go here in the identifying value, 3925, the status is it was successfully accepted by the government. It was accepted. If you go here, 3925, if I go back to the invoice on the web, the PO purchase order number is 570246. 570246. So this is the transaction that came from Connect automatically from the portal when we did print, and it was this customer specifically, this customer 755, this customer has ability to receive electronic invoices. So that's why we send the invoice and the customer will receive electronically this invoice and will process automatically. So no paper in this case, no paper. Okay, that's the demo. SMS, yes. Okay, let's go back to the presentation. Just a bit more explanation about the technology behind this demo. The web browser never touched the Connect workflow. When the customer comes, when I did click here in the activity tab, what the HTTP request from the web browser goes to WordPress, and with a plugin, Connect plugin, sends a request using Node.js, which is it's very current technology. Several applications and solutions use this technology, and render activity web page process using the template we did create. The template we did create using the design, Connect design. So design is, if you take a look in the Connect design here, you see here, this is the template for the email or the web. You remember the web that we browse the web for the invoice? This web here, look, the invoice, you browse. The third party is controlled by WordPress, login, etc. And this part is supplied by Connect. And the workflow takes these templates and send back. So you see here the template created using the, you see the data that comes, in this case, comes from XML. The XML, we got mining the data from the XML. It doesn't matter if it's a PDF, XML, AFP, or PCL, any data here. You create a data model, and the data model is shown here. And if, for example, if I would like to say here, bill to, let's, if I want to add any data, for example, let's say the total for, let's say the total for this invoice here. I'm gonna drag and drop the order, the invoice. If I go to preview, you see I drag and drop this information here. And if I go to the next record, you see the next record will show the invoice for the next record. It's in 9025. Okay, so the same way we drag and drop image, drag and drop, and if we take a look in the email that we presented, the email template, if you take a look in that, is the same design that we choose the email contents. Email contents is the layout of the email. I just showed it to you. You see, it's the same information because the data is the same for the email, for the web page, for the PDF, and the PDF is generated by the printing contents because it's another layout to print. This is the layout of the media. Is a defined media. Is the media is the size of the paper. So the same template we generate the web, the print, and the email message. So this improves a lot the developing time. So that's the mission: freedom the customer from complex codes. With the same template, with the same design, we can offer different applications. So in this case, the web template is sent back in HTML to WordPress, and WordPress show up in the activity dashboard. Show up without data. And when the active dashboard is loaded, if we go back to activity, you see here another request come back from WordPress to connect workflow and asking for data. Oh, take a look at the data repository, see how many invoices are due, how many invoices, get the all invoice data from the repository here and show and send back. In this case, send back by JSON data. Send back from JSON data and show in the activity dashboard in the front end, in the web browser, and WordPress send back. If we go back here, I'm gonna go back to receivable, and when I click here in activity, you see that first the table is loaded after the data. You see there is a time between the layout and the data, exactly the time between this request and this request. And when is the same is the time. Okay, this is just behind the scene for how we built this demo. Okay, what's the main benefits to adopt solutions like that? The main benefits is eliminating, and of course, manual processing errors, because manual errors is subject to manual process is subject to more frequently to errors. Eliminate scanning, no scanning. I said, you print, we capture the print. So no scanning, it's just data. So there is no error, no OCR. We don't use OCR. We just use data from the system. No paper handling, total flexibility. I show it to the flexibility to develop the document design, develop the design, to design the document. And the output is the same. If I want to, for example, if I go back, if I go to show my workflow, I can show my workflow here. You see? If I want to, for example, send send an email, you'll see I just drag and drop and do the setup here. Automatically this process, when the activity HTTP comes, or when printing job comes, or any kind of input, you see you can automatically trigger an email. So it's easy to drag and drop plugins. Over 100 plugins are available in the workflow. To be that's improves, that speed up the developing process. That's the difference of our solution to okay, Christian, what you're saying I can develop from scratch. Yeah, you can develop from scratch, but our tools speed up a lot the development time. Okay. Improve cash flow because you shorten the time, reduce the consultant fee. You can imagine how much it is to create an email and a process, a dashboard in SAP, for example. It's very expensive fee. You have to pay very expensive consulting fee for to create it, and also the developing time. Wait 6 months to have a process done, because the systems are not flexible, because of the security there, the systems are not flexible. So the idea is to take out the data, take out the data from the system, and outside the system, you create your own process, you manipulate, and you control your own process. Okay, so we adapt it to the system, not you adapt to our solution adapts to the company, and the company don't need to adapt to our solution. No, our solution is flexible and adapt to your company. Okay, fast implementation, of course, because we can drag and drop everything. High reliability, you saw big numbers in the customers base. It's a global company. We are a global company providing local support. So we speak your local language, so we can support you locally, you and your customer. Okay. Final notes. Well, Connect 2020 is coming. Is scheduled for next month. So we will be in the next webinars. We will be speaking about the new version. What's the advantage of this version? Also, another webinar we will be presenting soon is the new All Connect solution, which is the correspondence management. Today we took a look in the accounts receivable solution. Also, previously I've shown the proof of delivery solution, and next we will be seeing presenting the correspondence management solution. Okay. This is the fourth in the series. The previous webinar, this webinar is also recorded, and the previous one is also recorded. So we will be promoting the recordings after the session, so you can take a look after and review a specific point if you are interested. Okay. Any question so far? Any question also after the session, you can email us in the sales@br.objectivelearn.com. Okay. Also, okay. Okay, there is a question here. What's the reason you have chosen WordPress? Okay. WordPress, it's a web server. Huh? It's as I said, it more than 30% of the internet, the web page in the world are done with WordPress. So that's why we did create the plugins to this system, because on the front end, we can create cool stuff for the front end, and we are very good in the back end. We are our engine to process transaction is very powerful. So the ability to provide the content to the front end, to the web page shown by WordPress is very strong too. And you can see I spoke a bit about the technical words, but that technical words are the words that we are using actually in any portal or any solution, web solution you see in the market. So this shows how we can easily integrate with third-party solutions. Okay. Okay. I appreciate a lot your time. No more questions so far. See you in the next webinar. And please send us any message, any email message, and stay safe. Huh? Let's work safe, let's work smart, and let's work together. We are here to help you. Thank you very much. Bye.